What's up, everyone? George Lehman here with MuscleMasochist.com. I'm doing some emails this morning, as I usually do when I wake up, and today I had at least two people say something extremely similar, which was something I get like relatively often by people that are looking forward to working with me, kind of thing, haven't signed up yet, and they're just kind of telling me their concerns. Now, what I generally get from people is they're relatively new to training, they haven't gotten very big or very strong or very lean or very balanced. Let's say they're just going for aesthetics. They're not very balanced yet. Their rear delts need work and all kinds of stuff like that. They're not where they want to be, and they're relatively new. And their problem is, man, I don't know what to do. I'm just so clueless which program to go with, which diet to go with. Everyone's saying I can only put on a fourth pound of muscle a week. This feels like it's going to take forever. I don't feel like I'm ever going to look how I want to look. It's going to take me so long. I feel like I could diet for 6 months and still not be lean, even though I'm, 200 pounds and I'm not fat in the first place and stuff like that. People that it seems like they just wish they could skip ahead in time, like a year or 2 or 3 years or something, and be where they want to be. And they're very demotivated because it feels like it's going to take them so long to be where they want to be. And here's what I have to say to you people that feel like it's going to take a long time for you to get where you're trying to go, to get the results you're looking for and stuff like that. Relatively new lifters, etc. Or just people who haven't reached the potential or close to their potential yet. You guys are actually the luckiest people. You guys are very, very, very fortunate to be in that situation. Everyone at some point is in that situation. Everyone when in that situation is very fortunate. It is much harder for an advanced lifter to make significant progress. I'm not talking about a diet. Everyone can diet around the same pace, unless you're very fat or very ripped. But everyone can lose weight, you know what I mean? But to gain size and strength is much harder for someone like me than it is for a beginner. Now, I'm lucky enough to know what I'm doing, so I can make progress, A lot of people don't know what they're doing, and they get on a relatively shitty program to start with. There's something that's not good for them to start with. Maybe they do their own training, maybe they do like 5 sets of 5 or something, and they don't make very good progress. And they're going, well, man, everyone tells me progress is super easy right now. These are my noob gains and I'm not making progress. Okay, you're still very, very, very fortunate, because if you were to do the right program, if you were to do the right diet, you would be making better progress than someone like me would make on steroids, than someone like someone else that didn't know what they were doing would make on steroids. Beginner gains are very similar to using drugs. I would say that they're better than using drugs, because you take someone that deadlifts, say, 550 and put them on drugs, they'll get stronger, but sooner or later, they're not just going to keep getting stronger. If you deadlift 300 pounds, you're going to keep getting stronger for years and years and years naturally. You can make incredible gains in 1 month. You can make bigger gains in 1 month than someone on steroids could make who's a more advanced lifter in a month. You can put 100 pounds on your deadlift in a month sometimes, and when you're a beginner lifter, or more. I mean, a lot of people watching this will probably say, man, when I first benched, I did like 95 pounds, and then, 6 months later, I'm repping 225 for reps. You can't even make that kind of progress on drugs, unless you're just as much of a beginner when you use them, which is fucking stupid. Why would you take drugs when you're, a beginner? You want to build a natural base and stuff first to give you a reason to take drugs. You know what I mean? I would say overall, the people that haven't made a lot of progress yet are the most fortunate people when it comes to training. You guys have all that ahead of you. All the fun, all the progress, all the PRs. You guys have so many exercises to improve on. What does it for me is going in and being stronger on something, going in and looking bigger on something. You guys have that ahead of you for weeks, for months, for years. Years of progress ahead of you. That's super, super lucky. You get to learn all the stuff that, someone like me or someone else might already know, which is fun. It is fun to progress, to learn. It's fun to improve physically, mentally, to get stronger, to get leaner, to get bigger. And you guys have so much of that ahead of you. Like, you just have no clue what's doable for you. I talked to so many people who are like, man, it took me, I did, 5-3-1 or 5 sets of 5 or something like that for like 2 or 3 years. And I'm just someone I was talking to recently. They've been stuck at a 290 bench for a year and a half or something like that, a long time. And they were running all these different programs and stuff, and they've only been training for 3 years, which doesn't make them like a beginner per se, but it's not a very long time spent training. And they still have so much ahead of them, so much gains to make ahead of them. It's almost fortunate to have made bad progress in the past. It's almost fortunate to not be anywhere close to as strong or as big as you want to be, because you still get to do that. And this weightlifting shit, it's not about being where you want to be, it's about progressing towards it. No one's ever happy whenever they get to their ideal. People are happy as they work towards their ideal. Once you get where you want to be, you're just going to want more, because it's not about getting where you want to be. It's about progress in life. It's about progress towards things that matter to you, that mean a lot to you, that you enjoy. And you guys have all of that. You guys have the ability to do all of that for years on end. That's super fortunate for you. I'm actually quite jealous of new lifters, because they have so much ahead of them. So much ahead of them. You know how hard it is for me to hit a PR on curls nowadays? I have to prepare for it mentally and physically and treat curls like deadlifts when I want to hit a PR on curls, because I've been hitting PRs on curls for the last 10 years. It's not easy for me to hit PRs on curls anymore. I have to do the 70s for 30 reps or some shit on curls, 75s, like 25 or 30 reps on curls to hit a PR, to be stronger than I was. You guys can come in every week and be stronger than you were. Or, every other week or whatever, consistent progress, far more than a drugged up lifter or a more experienced lifter. I'm, super jealous of people like you. That's the best fun I ever had with training, was making gains in the first place. It wasn't being as big or as strong as I am now. It's the journey, and you guys have that. So if you're ever feeling unmotivated because you haven't been making a lot of progress, or because you're not where you want to be, don't feel that way. There's no reason to feel that way. You should be super motivated, because you have all of that ahead of you. All of that good stuff is waiting for you. And yes, it might take improved training knowledge to get the kind of gains you're looking for, or to be as big and as strong as you want to be sooner or later, but you can gain that. That's still doable for you. You can work with someone like me, or you can research on your own, or you can just trial and error in the gym on your own. And sooner or later, as long as you're dedicated, as long as you want it very badly, you're going to make it work out for yourself. You're going to figure out what you need to, and, as long as you don't accept not making progress. If you accept not making progress, then you're not going to make progress. You're going to accept not making progress. But if you're always pushing to make progress and never accepting not making progress, you'll just keep progressing. And that's super lucky for you guys. Every now and then, my girlfriend is an advanced lifter, but she's not nearly where she wants to be, and sometimes it's discouraging for her. And every time I'm like, you don't understand, there's so many exercises you haven't even started to progress on there's so many diets you haven't tried yet, there's so many, routines, schedules, exercises, mobility, supplements, there's so much ahead of you that's keeping you where you're at right now, that once you do, you will just continue to progress for months and years. You should never be discouraged. It doesn't matter if you hurt yourself. It doesn't matter if you can't do your favorite exercise anymore, or you don't have access to the equipment you need to do some of the things that you enjoy most. There's always other things to focus on. So the more new you are, and the less you know, and the less you lift and the smaller you are, the more lucky you are. Honestly, it's very lucky for you. So always think of it that way. Don't go, oh, I'm never going to be where I want to be. It's going to take forever. Why bother? Go, holy shit, I get to be closer to where I want to be every single day. Every week, I'm closer to where I want to be. That's how you should think of it. If you look at it in a positive way instead of a negative way, you'll keep getting more positive stuff. If you go, I'm not where I want to be, I'm never going to be where I want to be, this is super hard, I don't know how to do it, it's not doable for me, these kind of gains aren't possible without drugs, etc., I can only gain so much strength. A lot of people limit themselves to how much gains they can even make. And that's craziness to me. Never do that, especially if you're a beginner, because you don't know the progress you can make. So don't start telling yourself, I can only do this or only do that. That's crap. So think of it positively, guys. If you think of it positively, you'll see positive shit everywhere. If you think of it negatively, everything will be discouraging. Every time you don't hit a PR will be discouraging. And hitting PRs will just be good enough. It won't make you happy. To make progress at a certain point won't make you happy unless you're appreciative of the small things. Sooner or later it will become the norm, and when you don't do it, you'll be depressed. When you do it, cool. What you want to do is be happy about every PR, be happy about the fact that you can keep progressing, instead of being very negative about stuff. Because if you're very negative about stuff, you're not going to enjoy what you do. You're not going to want to train. It's going to be a big snowball effect into possibly stopping lifting and giving up what you like and what you love, etc. As always, guys, thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out MuscleMasochist.com for approved products, apparel, online coaching, and stuff like that. Stay tuned for more, guys.